What's up, everybody? This is Nick, and you're joining us once again for a Micro Mini Lightning Newscast, where we are doing the entertainment edition.
Woohoo!
And that woohoo you just heard is, of course, my friend and fellow co-host.
This is Eric.
And Eric, you like entertainment, don't you?
I like to be entertained.
Do you like things like movies? Have you heard of these movies?
Those motion pictures, those moving frames. I've heard of them. Do I like movies? No. I don't really like movies all that much.
Why is that?
I get tired of sitting there watching somebody else's story.
I can understand
I
that.
would much rather hang out with you, Nick. If you and I go see a movie, that's fun to me. But me just watching a movie by myself, nah. I usually don't. I did watch Thor Ragnarok recently, and I was like, oh, this is pretty funny. It was pretty good. I heard a lot of good stuff about it, and I was like, yeah, it was okay. It was funny. It was okay.
It was a movie.
Yeah, it was a movie.
Here's my thing. Well, we don't need to get into the Thor Ragnarok. I mean, it was a good movie. It was a fun little flick, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I will say I did rent it from Amazon, and I was like, huh, not bad. And then it came out like 2 weeks later on Netflix for free, and I was like,
well, Eric, we have some entertainment news to talk about, some movie news, because Eric, if there's one, you know what, I'm going to ask that question here in a minute, because as always, we have 10 minutes to bring you this news, and we're going to put 10 minutes on the guest star Death Star. So in 3, 2, 1, Eric, if there's one movie that comes out, what movie is it that you're going to go see for sure?
John Wick 3.
John Wick 3, that's right.
John Wick 3, I'll go watch that.
There has been some new developments. This movie is starting to take shape. Chapter 3 is starting to come together. We have talked about some things that are going on with this. We've brought up, who the director is and all that sort of thing. Well, my friend, there have been some other people that have signed on this week. LA Clippers center Boban Marjanovic. I think I nailed that.
Sounds just, that's how I would have said it.
He joined the cast of this prestigious movie.
Yeah, that's so okay.
He's a large man. He's a very, very tall man. I'm guessing that he's going to be an enforcer of some type.
Okay.
That John Wick will have to deal with. But there's also a picture that has come out of Halle Berry entering into the hotel. Do you remember the name of that hotel, by the way?
I want to say Artemis, but that's probably not right. Because there's a new movie called Hotel Artemis, I think.
There is a new movie called Hotel Artemis.
And so that's on my mind. The moment you said hotel, what's the name of the hotel? Man. What is the name of that hotel? Dad gummit.
Isn't it Continental?
Continental, that's it. That is it.
So it is a picture of her walking in, and somebody posted this on Twitter, said that she's a woman on a mission.
Okay.
Her character is named Sophia.
Uh-huh.
She is flanked by 2 rather good-sized German shepherds.
Okie dokes.
As she walks down the lobby of the of the Continental. There is no word on what this character is all about, but we do know that Halle Berry has joined the cast and will be playing a character by the name of Sophia. I'm guessing someone that is, judging by how, and spoiler alert, John Wick 2 ended.
Uh-huh.
I'm guessing that she is one of the ones that is coming after our good friend John and the man, the myth, the legend himself, Keanu.
That's right.
So she will probably be one of the ones that ends in a pool of blood, because as he declared at the end of that movie, he is going to kill them all. So there's quite a few people that have joined this movie. We have the returning reluctant assassin of, Ian McShane.
Okay.
The Reluctant Assassin is Keanu Reeves' character, John Wick. But returning for this movie of The Reluctant Assassin, we've got Ian McShane, Lance Reddick, and Lawrence Fishburne, all set to reprise their roles.
I'm really curious about the Bowery King, or Fishburne's character. That's one that I'm pretty curious about, and how it plays out, and what it kind of the background of that. I doubt they get too much into the background, but figuring out anything about the John Wick world will be fun.
Well, I got good news. We'll get to that here in a second, but I've got good news on that front. We also have some people joining the cast. You have are set to you have Kate Dillon, who's somebody that's in the Orange is the New Black.
Okay.
Mark Dacascos, Cradle to the Grave. He was in that. Here's one that you will know. Jason Mantzoukas, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, I saw Jason Mantzoukas, TikTok Man.
TikTok Man? What do you mean?
Jason, that's his character.
Oh, TikTok Man. Oh, they've got a list of characters here. Oh, I haven't seen that yet. He's from another podcast. You listen to that podcast. I haven't listened to it in a while, but yeah, the How It Should Have Ended.
How It Should Have Ended, yeah.
Is a very funny podcast.
He's a very funny man.
He is.
He's a great character. I know he's a sideline character in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but holy moly. And so anything I see from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I am super excited to see TikTok Man, and whatever that means and however he plays it. I'm on board.
You also have Angelica Houston, who has been in quite a few movies. She is apparently, I'm seeing there, the director.
And we have the adjudicator is Asia Dillon.
She's the one that apparently is on the Orange is the New Black.
I don't watch that. I
don't either, but I mean that's what people would know her from, apparently. But this is like you said, you want something from the John Wick universe. Well, the director of this movie, Chad Stahelski, he says we want not so much to be bigger on the third one, but to show you more of the intricacies of the world.
Oh, that's going to be great.
I feel like there are all these different subtleties that I skipped over in part 2, and I'd like to go back to with part 3 and show you the inner workings of different parts of New York.
That's great. I mean, that'll definitely get into the Borough King, and I think a lot of the other things I'm curious about. Everyone's curious about gold coins a little bit more about their value and how you can use them and what they mean entirely. You see some of that in 2, obviously,
right?
But a little more, maybe a thorough.
Of course, I've got more Wick news. The development of the long rumored John Wick TV series.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
It's officially titled The Continental.
Oh, that's a great setting.
It is a great setting. It has been confirmed by Starz to be in development.
So is it going to run on the Starz
network?
Network? Yeah. Oh, it might be good, but man, I'm going to have to find a way to see it. I may have to get a free subscription to Starz once it gets a full season out.
Right. They said that the channel's president, Chris Albrecht, said it'll include the thunderous fight sequences and intense stage shootouts between the professional assassins and their targets that fans have come to expect in the John Wick movie franchise, as well as introducing some new, darkly compelling characters who inhabit the underground world.
Sounds great. Now, is someone playing John Wick, or is this a telling of stories from the John Wick verse?
It's just, from what I'm understanding, it is stories from the John Wick universe. Because if you remember when we originally talked about this series, that was kind of the idea, that there was going to be a little bit of like, he is that thing in the background that they talk about.
Yeah, it's not. I know what you mean.
Or might mention, but he's these people are doing their own thing in this
Yeah,
universe.
and because he's a legend in that universe as one of the most deadly assassins of the time.
Right. He's the boogeyman.
Yeah.
But he's also retired or trying to retire, depending on what movie you're watching at the beginning of.
Yeah.
I mean, he's retired, and unfortunately, they won't let him. So, I mean, that's all the cool news out of the Wickverse. My friend, there's also, I wanted to tell you about this. There is a Joker movie in the making.
Yeah, I saw a little bit about this. I heard that there was going to be a Joker movie coming. I know nothing about it because...
Well, you might have been telling yourself, I like the Joker.
I do like the Joker.
And if you like the Joker, how about 2 solo Joker movies coming out?
Han Solo Joker movies? That sounds interesting.
No, unfortunately, that is not. That would be a heck of a crossover. But there are actually... So originally there was going to be one like solo spin-off Joker movie kind of origin story.
Uh-huh.
And it was going to have Mr. Joaquin Phoenix playing the Joker.
Which is weird.
It is weird, but I mean, he's kind of gone a little nutty. And if you're going to have somebody play the Joker, why not have a nutty person? But then apparently Jared Leto didn't like that and raised a fuss. And now Jared Leto's Joker is going to get his own solo movie.
I'm curious on how that's going to work in there,
Well, apparently the Joaquin Phoenix Joker story is just going to be kind of a... It's a spin-off. It's not really inside the DC universe.
Okay, so it's
which
they don't have to accept it as part of canon.
Right. I don't know why you would do that, but apparently it's also going to tell the story of him being it's going to follow the storyline of the Alan Moore's The Killing Joke graphic novel. It's going to basically follow his origin story of him being a failed comedian, and that's how he ends up becoming the Joker.
I am not familiar with that backstory. That sounds pretty interesting.
Well, yeah, that's one of the many that are out there. But currently, there are 6 movies being talked about where the Joker is going to appear. There is a Joker and Harley Quinn movie. There's Suicide Squad 2.
Okay.
There is right now what I guess is a shelved movie called The Gotham City Sirens. There's those two Joker movies that I just mentioned. And I think that pretty much covers the gambit of him. I mean, there's a Harley Quinn solo movie that apparently he's also
okay, so the Harley Quinn Joker movie is different than the Harley Quinn movie.
Well, the Harley Quinn Joker movie is their love story. And then you have just the Harley Quinn side story, I guess. I don't know,
Who
man.
is putting this stuff together? See, this is why I don't watch DC.
See, over in Marvel, there's actually a group of people I think that are like monitoring this stuff. Over in DC, they're just like, should we make a movie? Sure. No one's actually keeping track of it.
It's just ridiculous.
It's a convoluted mess. Well, my friend, we have come to the end, almost out of time. There are some movies coming up that I wanted to, some exciting movies I think you'll be happy to hear are coming out.
We'll see.
Did you know that there is a little movie called The Incredibles 2?
I am a little excited for that. I really enjoyed The Incredibles 1. Once Pixar was bought again by Disney and they rejoined the franchise, I was hoping this movie would be made.
Well, it did. It comes out June 15th, so not this weekend, but the next weekend.
I'm pretty stoked for that.
There's a movie called Tag that actually looks pretty funny about a game of tag that's been
30 years
being played for 30 years. It's based off a true story. I watched a little documentary about that true story today.
It looks funny.
It does look pretty funny. I got to give it that. June 22nd, the following weekend, you've got Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom coming out.
I won't see that most likely till it comes out on video, like streaming.
Okay. I'm just hitting on some of I mean, there may be some movies that people are more interested in. I mean, I don't know. Sicario, the sequel to that movie that was pretty good, named Sicario. And then, you know, movies that I'm not interested in. The first Purge, I could care less. But then July 6th, you've got the Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is probably going to have something to do with the events of the Infinity War.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I don't know. There's a lot of movies coming out. It looks like it'll be a okay summer of movies.
Yeah, I'm curious on how it's going to go. I do like seeing Jurassic Park movies come out during the summer just because it kind of takes me back to the original. It is a summer movie release.
Yeah. And I hear Jeff Goldblum's character is coming back for this one.
That's interesting.
He makes a cameo of some kind, playing the same character. So I don't know. It all. I don't know. There's some opportunities to get out there and see some movies and get some entertainment inside of you.
Yeah, that's a interesting phrasing.
Well, where does the entertainment go, Eric? Where else do you think it goes? Around you? Upside down? No, it goes inside you because you're looking at it and you're hearing it.
Okay.
So obviously it's entering into you. Eric, where can they find us?
I'm really uncomfortable right now. You can, if you want to hear us get inside of you in the method that Nick just mentioned, you can go to many places.
And we'll get all up inside you.
You go to Facebook and search Pull Up a Chair Podcast and you'll find us there. Same for on YouTube. If you want Twitter, tweet us at Pull Up a Chair Pod. We are happy to reply. You can find us on every podcasting app that we could find or think of, including iTunes and all the Android possibilities. You can also find us at our own website, puckpodcast.website, pucpodcast.website, but the easiest and probably fastest way to get hold of us is Facebook. And come comment on this video or this audio and tell us what you think about anything.
Well, yeah, if you have any movies that you're excited about, feel free to leave us a comment and tell us what kind of movies you're into.
Yeah.
And also be staying tuned for Eric's new podcast, Eric All Up In Ya. And make sure that you stay tuned for that. And we hope you have yourself a great day.
Bye.